Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 21 of our FTB OceanBlock Let's Play series, where I'm finally recording an intro in the daytime, not the nighttime, like the past few episodes have been. Anyway, today we are working on getting refined storage wireless transmitter receiver setup going, and moving all of our storage into a compact machine. So let's get started. All right, so starting out this episode, we have a slight problem. Let's see if any of you can figure it out before we get to solving it. So if I look over here, our ender chest is full. Our stuff has been just dumping onto the ground for who knows how long. Our chest's over here because this ender chest is full. This is getting full of all of their essences, and yeah. I went AFK and then kind of forgot that I went AFK. And so it's been about 12 hours, probably more, probably like 15 hours because I completely forgot. And oh no, look, we're out of power. So what I failed to do is remember that I went AFK and we ran out of power. We ran out of rubies and sapphires inside of this guy, which caused us to completely run out of power. Like absolutely decimated our power, and shut our refined storage system off, which means nothing was getting sorted into the drawers as it should have been or its respective locations. And yeah, basically messed up. That's basically where we're at. We messed up. So let me grab a bunch of these. Let me just grab them all, like whatever. We need to figure out a sustainable power solution because we can't have that happen again. If I go AFK and then forget about it again, I mean, normally it would be fine. We would just back stuff on all of our, iron and all that stuff. We'd fill our drawers and there would be no, there would be no issue. It would mean all our machines are running constantly, but there would be no ultimate issue with doing so. However, since, we ran out of power, yeah, it's a problem. So let's look inside of our system. Do we have is our ender chest imported yet? Has it finished or is it still doing its thing? It's doing its thing. It's constantly being refilled because, all of these things are dumping into it, but it'll catch up eventually. Let's see, I'm gonna assume we burnt through all of that latex. Yes, our plastic is good. So anyway, we need to solve that problem. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. Most likely, we're just going to switch over to magmatic dynamos. Lava is an infinite resource. Like we can get more blue magma. There's no issue setting this up. Just takes a little bit of time. And oh, look, that even converted to blue magma. How did that? What? There's blue magma below? No, I'm sorry. It looked weird. It looked like I had blue magma below the drawer. I was like, how the heck did that happen? But this whole thing could be lava. Like there's no reason, nothing really stopping that from happening. I probably should sleep too, because we're most likely going to have phantoms. Because again, 16 hours AFK is a lot of AFK time. Look at all the backups that were done. Don't forget. I went out. It was my birthday yesterday. I went out for, with the family to go get dinner and everything. Completely forgot. Absolutely forgot when I came home. So for now, this is going to be fine. But I'm going to go ahead and, oh my goodness, look, we already burnt through all the sapphires. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting magmatic dynamos. Now we could use the magmator from Powa. Absolutely an option, but in order to get to the higher tiers where it generates more power, we have to tier up through Powa and get the hardened stuff, which means we have to set up the energizing orb, and I just don't think we're really not there yet with power in the first place. So a magmatic dynamo is going to be the way to go with all of the upgrades. I could set up, like I could have a row here and I could have a row over here of magmatic dynamos, and then both feeding into, a energy cell sitting here, blah, 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 blah. And since we have infinite lava, essentially, it should work fine. We'll just have to scale up our lava production. Let's go ahead. I got to remember, the blue magma can be crafted if we get regular magma blocks in a bucket of lava. Or we can dripper it on compressed stone. Yeah, the crafting is probably going to be the easiest for the blue magma. We just have to get magma cream. So let's add these two, and then I'll work on, this is stuff that I can work on in between episodes. You've seen me make this stuff before. I'll go ahead and make one magmatic dynamo so y'all can see how it works, and then I'll expand that in between episodes, because we need to work on getting our refined storage system taken care of. So magmatic dynamo is super simple recipe, like Invar gear, a couple pieces of Invar, bing, bang, boom, done. And it operates pretty much the same way as this does. All we have to do is set this up somewhere, pipe lava into it, give it some upgrades, outputs power. Makes sense? Super simple. So what we're going to do, I'll have a row here. Shoot, I may have them all around just so that we're making enough power. It's just Invar, and as we know, we have, like, we're going to have resources here for sure. This thing is still struggling to keep up. So anyway, so what I wanted to work on today, if you've looked in my inventory, you've probably seen, I went ahead and made a compact machine and a personal shrinking device. Recipes for these are very simple. Eye of Ender, or well, 2 Eye of Enders in a book for the personal shrinking device. And then the compact machine we've looked through. I went ahead and taught the system how to make all of the compact machines. So all I had to do was come into here and say, hey, Mr. Refined Storage, give me I actually tiered up. I started with the tiny and did all that because quests. If I would have jumped straight to the maximum, we would have missed all these quests and wouldn't have been able to get any of these quests taken care of. So I went ahead and did them all, but if I wanted to, I could just go here and say, give me a maximum one. And it's just going to say, hey, TheAndrata, you're missing some compressed cobblestone. Fix that. Which we do have compressed cobblestone down here. We have 2x compressed. So all we need to do is come over here and grab 9 of the 1,564 cobblestone that we have in here. Also, we have 126,000 regular cobblestone. I think we're good to take this drawer, to be honest with you. Or we could, you know what? If we put this drawer here and we set up another drawer and we pipe from the one drawer to the next, yeah, we can actually get the higher tiers of compacted. Sheep, get out of my way. You're annoying me. How do I want to do that though? Let's see, we have water here. We can just put it here. Oh, I forgot how fast my flux bore is now. Yeah, I still need, I didn't even actually need to break anything. Let's do this, and then let's take the compressed cobblestone. We're going to put this in the bottom left slot. So now it's going to go 2x, 3a. Oh, maybe I need to put it in that slot. Let's do this. Bam. Nope, it'll only go up to 3x, but that's fine. So it'll automatically 3x the stuff coming out of here. Is that the highest cobblestone goes? We can't go any higher. Cobblestone, 3x. Okay. That's perfectly fine. So what we can do is then get item pipe, and it's going to pipe out the 1x that's in here too, and the 2x, which is fine. Set this up with a U. Get a piece of dirt here so we can fix that spot. Bam. And now we're going to start getting 3x compressed cobblestone in here by default, which means we can, we can take this drawer eventually. It's gonna slowly pipe out all this stuff that's in here. But we can take this drawer and attach it to our system up there, and that will work fine. There are a lot of animals down here. But yeah, so what we need to work on is getting our refined storage system moved over to the compact machines that I set up. So that way I can, set up the crafters, and I can move all this stuff over into the compact machine and all that. So how do we do that? Well, first off, we're going to take our compact machine and we're going to look in JEI for some kind of pedestal. Do we have a pedestal mod in here? Infusion pedestals, extended crafting. We do have better end forge pedestals, but I don't have any of this stuff. Do we have andesite? Can I make andesite happen? Polished andesite? Get some slabs and an andesite pedestal. Can we make this happen? So if I were to take this and I were to set this up, say, most likely I'm honestly going to set the compact machine up in line with our grade here, because I'm only going to, I plan on only having the one compact machine as we've discussed, but I'll put it here for now. And if we put the compact machine here, it'll connect there and it looks like it's holding the compact machine up. Before we go in, though, I want to go ahead and get myself the building gadget finally. So let's grab this bad boy. And we're going to want to get some like planks or something. And I love the look of mineral planks. They just look great. Like, just looks good. Blue planks, the coloring of them is great. We could do even slabs, so we have some moving room under there, but I think, do we want to do slabs or planks? We'll do slabs, that's fine. Let's get another batch of these, just to be safe. Okay, so all we got to do is go inside of or grab our personal shrinking device, right click on our compact machine, and it's going to teleport us into our compact machine. And the compact machine is a void dimension. It is a dimension called the void. And when you create a compact machine and you enter it, it just creates a chunk based square. So chunk borders are shown, but you can't see them because we are literally inside of that chunk, and the on the outside of the walls is where the end of the chunk is. So it is one singular chunk here in the maximum machine, and it's just I think it's like 16 by 16 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 15 by 15 room that you can do whatever the heck you want in. For the most part, I believe in this pack that mobs will only spawn in the deep warm, so you can't. I realized I got a building gadget, but I didn't really need the building gadget so much. Building gadget will work for this. Building gadget is awesome. All you have to do is shift right click on a block, and then you can choose what mode you want. We have build to me, you can build surface, you can build a grid, you can make stairs and stuff. Build to me is generally the one that is probably used the most by people. But if we set that back to build to me, I must have clicked. You can see it's going to render a block form for us. And all you got to do is right click, boop, and it'll place all the blocks. Similar to the wand, but it has more overall functionality, I guess you could say. And compact machines, if you did not know, these are light sources. Every single one of these walls is a light source. So this will always be lit up for you. So you don't have to worry about, lighting up your compact machine. And I love compact machines because, well, they take things that you don't want everybody to see and they hide them away so you don't have to deal with, all the ugliness that comes with certain setups and everything. So what we want to do, since we placed a flooring in here, and the reason I do that is so we can run cabling underneath. So we place this flooring, we're going to go over to a corner here, and we're going to shift right click with our personal shrinking device, which is going to set our spawn point, because previous to this, our spawn point was underneath this, and we're going to spawn into the slabs. We don't want to do that. So all we got to do is now right click, and we'll go back to our base, right where we entered the machine in. And now you're going to see this has NBT data. It's machine ID 1, and I am the owner of it. So this is where all of our stuff is going to go. We're going to move our wall of inventory and our refined storage system into this compact machine, okay? What we want to do is go ahead and chunk load it. So we can grab this, go into the claim chunk section. We're going to click on it to claim it, and then we're going to shift click to load it, and you can tell it's loaded. Because it says force loaded, it also has these diagonal lines, and our number of claim chunks went up. By the way, I changed my, in the server settings for the pack, the config file, I allowed myself to load 500 chunks because I am on a single player world and I can load as many chunks as I want. I'm not constrained by, playing on a server with friends. So what do we need to do next? We need to get a network infrastructure, essentially, for refined storage. So we're going to need a network transmitter, a network receiver, and a network card. And what do we have to do to get these? Well, we need a netherite ingot. I did process our netherite that we had got before. We have 7. I didn't realize it was ingots that is required for this. So I'm gonna need a total of 3 ingots. Let's go down since I did AFK. Let's sleep. Let's see if we've gotten any more netherite from that the dude here, this chest. Oh yeah, we have a bunch. So what I did was I set this up here, but now that we have so much, you know what we can do is just let's get an auto processor. It's gonna just make it easier. Oh, and I have extras anyway. So if we break this, and we put the auto processing block on here, dump all of this stuff into here, we can go inside of here and we can say, hey, well, first off, let's do the 81 one first. So we get 9 netherite scrap right off the bat, and we can tick accelerate this to just make it, faster for us. You don't got to sit around and wait. We just click it and it does it. Okay, we have run out. So what we can do is switch over to the 9 and do this. And you can see we had run out. Oh, actually, we're just straight out of everything. Bam, 27 netherite scrap. Easy as that to get ourselves some netherite. So now we just need to get the ingots, and that's the most expensive part of this, outside of the ender pearls. But ender pearls, as we know, are cheap for us. So we need a total of 5 advanced processors. So we're gonna get 6, 7. Let's just grab 12. We ran out of processor bindings again. Cotton. Are you kidding me? That all that AFK time, that is the only cotton that we had got? Oh, you know what? I never hooked this machine up. That's why. Now we have cotton. All of this stuff can go away. Pedestal can go away. Honestly, the netherite can go into the system. Cast iron tube. Bam, bam. And then it'll run again. There we go. I should hook this up, but it's okay. So now we can take the cotton, and apparently there's cotton armor, but we can make a bunch of string. Let's make even more string. Probably should set string to be in our drawers, but I'll do that later. Okay, so we have string. So let's get processor bindings. And I'm pretty sure I taught the system how to make these. Yes. So let's grab 64 of those. And then we can come back over here and we can grab the at refined storage. We can grab these. We're going to get another one of those. Let's grab, 16 of these. We can grab, 32 of these. Just to have them so that they're on hand for us. And then we can just throw them into the system. Let's go ahead and get some of these started smelting. Oh, this is still doing its thing. Now the processing, the crafting of these is defined by the speed of your crafters. So the base crafters have a 1x speed. There are higher tier crafters. If we search for crafters, there are higher tier crafters. So starting with iron, gold, diamond, and netherite. And you can see here that says a base speed of 125. That means it does its auto crafting faster and it imports into machines faster. Because you're also bottlenecked by the speed that you're able to actually input into a machine when you get auto crafting set up. So let's go ahead. So we need the netherite ingots. Let's just go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. We'll see how that works. We'll see where we end up with this. So we're going to need to get ourselves, for this, at least this part right now, a network receiver. Okay. And then a machine casing. Now we probably have a bunch of quartz enriched iron essence, though. I think I made a bunch of quartz enriched because I went and tick accelerated that, but we have 382 essence. So, hey, you know what? That's the reason I went AFK. I got tired of having to wait on that quartz enriched essence, so I went and AFK'd so that we can get more of it. Network transmitter. So we have a receiver, we have a transmitter, and we have a card, which is going to require some paper. Okay. So for now, we'll just set this up out here. But what we're going to do is set up our network transmitter. And it just has to go anywhere that there is network capabilities. So we're going to set it up here. And then we're going to go back inside of our compact machine. And we're going to take our receiver, because this is going to receive network. And we're going to go ahead, we can place this guy right here in the center of the room, generally where I like to put it. We're going to take our network card. We're going to shift right click onto here, and it's going to bind it. There's no indication that it's bound, at least on your GUI. But if you look in here, you can see that it is bound to this compact machine. We're going to go back out. We're going to go in here. We're going to grab a sign, and this is not 100% necessary to do, but I like to label my receivers or my transmitters so I know which place it's linked to. So we're going to take this and we're going to take this to storage, just storage. And actually, you know what? This is going to be refined storage and drawers. There we go. Because eventually the drawers are going to go into there. We take our network card, we stick it in here, and then we go over here and we're going to look at our controller. How much power is this guy using? 64 RF per tick. So just keep in mind, these things are power hungry. They do use a lot of power. So just something to keep in mind. But if we come in here now, we have a network receiver and it's lit up, which means we have full access to our refined storage inside of this room 100% wirelessly. And what we can do is come over here. We can grab a wireless transmitter. Just take one of these guys, stick it in here. Bam. We can just, we can just throw it on top for now. And now we have access to our wireless, our full inventory, essentially. With our transmitter, we can access everything inside of here. So what that means is that I can now work on moving this whole setup. And just as it is, I'll just tear all of this down, move it into there, tear all this down, move it into there. We'll set up a drawer controller. We'll set up the ender chest again, just exactly the same way it is here, just inside of that compact machine. And our refined storage is going to have access to everything that we had before. So what I can do is come here. I really should get a better axe. I really should look into the Paxels. We probably have a bunch of Supremium. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch. 21's not like a crazy amount of Supremium, I guess. And we can take our cables. I'm actually kind of surprised we don't have more Supremium than that, but I guess it makes sense. We only had, we only have one Inferium essence being, producing stuff for us. So we're going to put this here, and then we can fit the slabs all back up. So the drawer controller can sit here, and then the exporter and all that stuff. So all that can go here. So we're probably not going to need this cable sticking up because the external storage and then the importer is going to sit there. But that's that. So let me go ahead and move all that stuff over, and we'll be right back. All right, and there we go. Everything is moved over. It doesn't look as super nice as it used to because I had things a little bit more organized. But it's okay. I mean, it's not going to hurt anybody. I could make 4 more compacting drawers just to fill this out, but we can also, we can expand all the way up. But we're going to use this room. Our refined storage system is going to sit in here too. At least our controller is, plus all of the crafters. We're going to have those come into here. And then we're also going to have fluid storage. So fluid storage is probably going to be on the back wall. And this is basically going to be our refined storage area. Anything that's going to be stored is going to come into, this compact machine. So what we can do, let's see, do we have the capabilities is the question. Do we have the capabilities to craft the stuff to move this controller into the compact machine is the question that I have. Now we have a bunch, we're slowly filling up our inventory here because when I broke all of the drawers and stuff, everything started dumping into our refined storage system. So we can fix that, and I will show you guys how to fix that momentarily. But what we need to do is get another network receiver, if we can afford it. Construction core. I think we should have enough. I thought that it was 2 netherite per thing, but it's only 1, so I think we made 7. Yeah, there's a receiver, transmitter, and a network card. Bam. So we can make this happen. The only thing with it is we got to be very careful with it because we can easily, lose all of our power to everything we have in this system. But actually, now that I think about it too, that means we didn't need to set up this network receiver because we're going to have our main controller in here, but it's fine. We'll get it to work. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to take our controller. We need to make sure we have everything we are going to need for this before we do it because we are no longer going to have access to our system once it is well, once we're done. So I need to take, yeah. So what we're going to do, honestly, we're going to have an extra transmitter and receiver, and that's going to end up being perfectly fine. These two are going to be completely extra. So let's go ahead and do what we need to do. So let's take our controller and take our power with it, right? We're going to pop over here, and that's going to shut basically our entire system off. Like, we're not going to have access to anything else. We're going to take the controller. Controller is going to get placed here. We're going to have it sit up, and then we can get our power, and we can hook our power back up to this guy. I would put it on the bottom, but we have the cables running out of the bottom, so we really can't. So there is our controller, and then what we're going to do is get a network receiver and a network transmitter. We're going to run our cables over to here. Bam. And we can say, okay, network transmitter. You are the transmitter. You're going to sit here, and then you are going to get a card in just a second. So that's pretty much everything that needs done in here. For now, we can set this transmitter on top of here, and we have, if I take my crafting grid and I bind it here, we now have access to nothing because there's nothing in our storage. Though we should have access to all this stuff, yes. And then we can re-equip this in a slot. Okay, so there's a network transmitter. And if we come back out here, we take our receiver. Yes. Place the receiver here, bind it, go back in here, stick this inside of here, and now we have refined storage access again out here. No power is needed here, so we can actually clean up the cabling because this is all, it runs wirelessly. All the power is inside of our compact machine. So really what I could do is shift everything around. I could move this network receiver down one. Just trying to think, how do I want to do this? We can bring our disk drive into here. Because again, this is our storage area, and where do disks go? They are, or what are disks? Storage. So they should go into our storage area. Let's break this. We need to figure out a better place to put that guy. So all the disks can go into here. So now we have access to all those. We can go ahead and clean up this hole. Do I have my signs on me still? No. But I can hook this thing back up. Bam. Get some signs. And this is the main base transmitter. Main base. Like that mod that makes it so that these are actually properly centered. Main base. Okay, so that's our main base transmitter. And that is the way to move your refined storage into a compact machine. And you can still have access to all your stuff outside of it. So what we can actually do is take, we can take this. We can drop this here. Drop. Pop all those back in, gives us our range upgrades. This no longer needs to be here, so we can put this back into our system. We have an extra set now, which is great. You know, we'll definitely use it in the future. And then we can come over here, put our item pipes away. Cables can go away. Well, cables we're going to need in a second. We can put the sign away. And I put the cables away. Figures. And then we can grab our crafters and all of their crafting recipes. We can pop into here, and we can set the crafters up on this side of the wall. It's like, it feels like it's not centered, but I had to give those a spacing so that they could, you know, I can get the external storage and everything behind them. So it throws it off a little bit, but it is centered. Don't worry. So we can set our crafters up here, and as long as two of them are touching, they're going to, you know, be active. And then we can put all of these into here. These ones can have all the refined storage ones. Oh, this is a pattern, 4 patterns. I was like, why isn't that changing? And there we go. That is everything moved into here. So now we have a lot of room for expansion. We can add more wireless transceivers, or transmitters and receivers, transceivers. We can set up more crafters. We can have this whole wall of crafters. We're going to set our fluid storage up over here with external storages. So we're going to get, we're going to get that going with fluids and everything. So this gives us the infrastructure to be able to do all of that stuff and maintain the nice looks of our base without having to put all our machines into the compact machines. Let's pop up here and check out how we're doing with all of this stuff. We are burning through all of this power fairly quickly. So we're definitely going to need to figure out some solution for that, which is the magmatic dynamos. I'm going to set those up in between episode, get some more blue magma going so we get more lava and all of that stuff. But that is the end of today's episode. So if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. And thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.